Hello everyone, I'm Ali. It's almost Chinese Valentine's Day, and I want to share an ancient Chinese love story with you. It's about undying love that transcends physical appearances. It was 1074, almost 1,000 years ago. Sushi, a famous Song Dynasty author and politician, documented the story of one of his colleagues. His colleague's name was Liu Tingshi. Let's call him Mr. Liu for short. Mr. Liu had a fiancée in his hometown when he was young. After he passed the highest level of imperial exam, he came back home full of honor and became an imperial scholar ready to be assigned a government position. His fiancée, however, was not so lucky. She caught a disease and lost her eyesight as a result. Her family were local farmers, so they didn't think their daughter would be a good match for Mr. Liu anymore. Others also suggested Mr. Liu to marry the family's healthy younger daughter instead. Mr. Liu laughed at the idea and said, "I gave her my heart when we were engaged. How can I change my heart just because she became blind?" He married her anyway and cherished her for the rest of her life, and even after she passed away years later, he was so heartbroken and never remarried. Sushi saw how deeply his colleague was affected after his wife passed away, but couldn't understand where his affections came from. Sushi asked Mr. Liu, "People get sad because they lose someone they love. They love someone because they like their looks. You married a blind wife to fulfill your promise and loyalty, but why are you feeling sad when she passed away?" Mr. Liu answered, "All I know is that she was my wife. Whether she can or cannot see, she will always be my wife. If I loved her only because of her looks, then as she grew older, my love would have faded too. Then I wouldn't have felt sad when she passed away. If that's the case, then all the prostitutes on the street who wink at men passing by could all be picked up as wives." Sushi was deeply moved by Mr. Liu's words and predicted that he would either become super wealthy or obtain righteous fruition as a cultivator. Although at that time, no one took Sushi's words seriously. 8 years later, someone who traveled back from Mount Lu brought news about Mr. Liu. He said Mr. Liu is now cultivating in the Taoist temple in Mount Lu. He emits a purple aura around him, climbs up and down the mountain so fast, and travels around like flying. He's fasting and hasn't eaten anything in years. Mr. Liu achieved success in cultivation just as Sushi predicted years ago. People say love is blind, but in reality, it's still largely based on physical attraction. Not everyone can see beyond the physical appearances like Mr. Liu. Unfortunately, all beauty fades with time, but there is something we can do to slow that aging process. Allow me to introduce an amazing facial mask. If you feel like your skin is dry and tight after washing or oily all the time, that just means your skin lacks water. It's never enough to simply put water on your skin. It won't stay. You have to find ways to retain it. This mask by Derma Roller does just that. It can replenish and retain the moisture in our skin and promote collagen production, all of which are what keeps our skin looking young and healthy. If you use my code Ali or click the link to purchase the mask or anything on my sponsor's website, you can get 15% off and all orders over $70 shipped for free in the US. This is a special deal for my audience, and thank you all for staying with me and giving me support. I hope you can all find someone as incredible as Mr. Liu. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel on Genjie World and YouTube. I'll see you next time.